you have to be prepared for whatever the reaction is going to be.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be prepared, including Lauryn Hill.
I didn't know that's where we was going. Almost spit my water everywhere.
Lauryn Hill right now is on tour. Let's start there. She is on tour for the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill's 25th anniversary.
Yep.
She announced a couple months ago she was going to go on tour.
Yep.
So she has begun that tour.
Yep.
Lauryn Hill's been performing, in recent years at least, Lauryn Hill has been performing pretty regularly.
She definitely reemerged.
Yes.
She was like Godzilla just coming out the water. She put like, what the hell is that?
And then she came in hot with this 25th anniversary tour. And honestly, some people thought it wouldn't even happen. They thought she was blowing smoke. She was at Roots Picnic earlier this year, so it was great to see her there. But Lauryn Hill has been touring. There's a lot of criticism around Lauryn Hill's show and, whether it's good or not. I don't think we need to debate that here. What we do need to talk about, though,
is the clip that's out.
Is the clip that went viral.
Where she
today.
Says...
where she says, y'all lucky.
That's not where she starts. You gonna play it?
I could play it.
Yeah, play it. Why not?
I can play it.
Let the people hear it for themselves.
People say, yeah, she's late. She's late a lot. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this blood rise stage every night. I don't do it because they let me do it. I do it because I stand here in the name of God, and I do it. God is the one who allows me to do it, who surrounded me with family and community. When there was no support, when the album sold so many records, and no one showed up and said, hey, would you like to make another one? So I went around the world, and I played the same album over and over and over again. Because we're the survivors. And we're not just the survivors, we're the thrivers.
I don't know why every time I hear her say because we're survivors, I hear Reba McEntire saying, I'm a survivor. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know why. But
I don't know a lot of things.
So I'm assuming everyone could hear that, but if you could not, I will just recap. I will paraphrase. Lauryn Hill is saying that people are lucky that she even shows up to these shows. The people who say that she shows up late, they are lucky that she showed up at all. She basically says that by the grace of God, she makes it to these shows. She also says that, no one approached her about doing another album, and that is why she only has one and a possible. She also said, so as a result, she's just been performing the same album for the last 25 years. And she's performing it over and over and over again, as she exclaimed. There's a lot to unpack here. I want to, point out that I did talk about her lateness on Hardly. So we don't have to harp on the lateness. She said a lot here, though, that I think is relevant to what we do here on this podcast. And it's not just about her being tardy. So with that said, I want to know what you think. Because I know what I know what I think. But what do you think about that clip?
Let me just look right in the JD cam for a second.
What do you think?
Lauryn, we love you. We truly do.
But some bullshit is about to come when somebody starts with, we love you, right? Some bullshit is about to You know what's not coming next? Love. That's
Actually, I do have more love.
Oh, you got more love. Okay, do your thing. More
And-
love, more life.
And we absolutely love the One album. In fact, my daughter loves the One album. Not only me.
Transcending generations.
Absolutely. And even just this year when we saw you at Roots, it was amazing. Regardless of how you feel about the new interpolations, that's how you say the words?
Yeah, I think that's, yep.
Regardless how you feel about hearing it to different beats and it being delivered different ways, the performance was spectacular.
I agree.
But Lauryn, it's time for an intervention. And I'm going to sit back and get away from the camera so we can have some Dash reaction in this part of the video. But I understand that back in the early 90s, if what you say is true and no one wanted you to do another album, I don't believe that. But let's just say it's true. And no one wanted you to do another album. Well, Lauryn, today is November 5th of 2023. I'm going to say it again. Today, on the day we're recording this, it is November 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th. November 5th of 2023. And I'm sure that God that you're speaking about gave you the same capabilities to purchase a microphone, to get to a studio, and to reach out to some of your many industry friends to put another album together. So, Lauryn,
we have a Blue Yeti right here just in case you needed a recommendation.
So, Lauryn, please cut the bullshit. Next.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
Okay. Do you think?
I have no problem with people speaking from a religious or spiritual aspect, but I do have a problem with people trying to use those things as excuses.
Totally agree. Totally agree. That's not how you hold yourself accountable. Just
And
just say, you know what? Y'all niggas are right. I've been late. Or don't say anything at all. Don't acknowledge it at all. I wouldn't have said anything if I was her. I wouldn't have acknowledged the lateness. If you're going to continue to be late, you don't have to be an asshole about it. You could just be like, hey, whatever. I get there when I get there. People pay for my shows regardless.
Or just say what everybody else says when they show up late. Mad artists show up late. They say, hey, y'all, I'm sorry I'm late. It was crazy, but I'm here to give y'all a hell of a show.
I don't even think she needs to do that because I think people expect her to be late.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to say something, that's like what a lot of people say. And we didn't need to hear about your God or whatever you spiritually are connected to. I don't have a problem with people speaking about that, except in these type of instances. I'm here by the grace of God. No,
wait, do that again?
I'm not doing it again. But what was the what? We didn't need that. We didn't need that. No, you late, nigga. You're always late.
Right.
It don't matter if it's 5 minutes or 5 hours. You be late.
You be late.
Don't be mad at people because you be late. You be late. They paid their hard-earned money to come see you perform the one album.
Wait,
show up and pay. No, hold on, let me get my shit on.
Right,
so show up and do your one album. If you're gonna be late, then just be late and shut the fuck up. That's fine if you're late. True. That's your business. I'm sure in some way, shape, or form, being late has also affected your pockets. If you're mad that people keep mentioning you being late, then either A, stop being late, or B, shut the fuck up.
Right, because you got to pay for that overage when you're late.
And that's why I said, I'm sure in some way, shape, or form, it has affected her pockets.
And people have said that they've waited 3 hours for her. First of all, I'm not waiting
5 minutes or 5 hours.
For 3 hours. If I've been there an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you still have not come out, I'm going home. I'm going home and I'm going to take it up with Ticketmaster. I'm going, like, it's what? That's crazy.
But God don't got nothing to do with that shit. Do not use your spirituality, your beliefs for excuses. It is nonsense. And I'm glad you pronounce words properly, but I don't know what you being a survivor and a thriver has to do with anything. In fact, that's what you should be thanking God for. If we're going to use God or spirituality in any sense, is that despite me only having one album, I'm somehow still able to do this. And that's what the praise and thanks should be for, in my humble opinion. Yeah, I think this is stupid. You should watch what you say. It's not 94 anymore. People got camera phones now. I don't know if you got that memo, but people record shit and they post it on the internet, and sometimes it catches fire, and that's why we're here now. Lauren, my advice is either show up or shut up, but you can't show up late and be saying dumb shit that doesn't make any sense. And listen, if you want to record more music, girl, go do it. Go do it. Plenty of ways to do that for the last 20 years.
You said something that really, really struck me, and you said people pay their hard-earned money to go see Lauryn Hill, and 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 I think that that is a really important point here. She's not going around the country giving free concerts,
right,
for her to be like, y'all are lucky I showed up. People pay, like, somebody on Twitter, it was like, girl, this is your job. And yeah, like, I think we forget sometimes because we go to concerts or we go to sporting events as entertainment for us.
right.
But yes, the reason we pay to see these things happen is because these people are getting paid to show up and do the thing. So this is very transactional. Like,
Yes.
I paid my money. Y'all said the show is starting at 8. The show is going to be from 8 to 11. And doors open at 7:30. Okay, well then I'm going to be there so that I could see the show from 8 to 11. I understand. I would say, I don't know. I'd say 7 out of 10 concerts you go to are probably going to start a little late. That's fine. I think everybody knows that. I don't think anybody thinks that's strange. But 3 hours, 2 hours, an hour and a half, like, when it's again at, a top venue, when it's at when you've paid however many dollars you paid, like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look to make it look like you are doing people a favor, because you're not.
No.
You are not. People paid for this.
Yes.
And should get what they paid for.
Yes.
I'm having such a hard time with, like, everything that's going on recently, where I just feel like you should be getting what you paid for.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't understand why the overlords, whoever they have deemed themselves, where do you get off? You have not made an album in 25 years, but you got the nerve to get on stage. Remember when you said that May should be grateful? Lauryn Hill should be grateful.
I agree.
And that is not to diminish the album, and that is not to diminish the fact that she does get out there and she does do these shows, and she has had to rearrange her music and all of that. It doesn't diminish any of that, but you can't be obnoxious. You can't be the person who says, oh, well, y'all just gonna have to deal with it because, I mean, I'm here, I made it. I don't get that. You don't. And I think people would accept that better from somebody else. Like, name anybody. Beyonce. Beyonce just finished her tour. I'm sure there's plenty of people who go to a Beyonce concert And, you know, maybe Beyonce's late. I've heard she's not usually late, but let's say Beyonce was late. I think people would be okay with that. I think if she arrives 30 minutes late, even 45 minutes to an hour late, I think people would be like, you know what? She's going to show up. She's going to give me a good ass show. It's going to be the music that I heard on the album when I listened to it, or on the albums when I listened to it. She's going to get up there. She's going to dance her ass off. She's going to sing her ass off. All of that. And, you know, when the tour is over, we might even get another album.
Maybe.
But you can take a lot of that to the bank.
Yes. That's what people were saying when Kanye had a phase of showing up very late. People were upset Kanye was showing up 3 hours late at one point, but they knew all of the things you said held true.
The only problem with Kanye, we don't need to get too deep into it, but my issue with Kanye was he would show up late and then he would like perform for a little bit and then go on a rant, and nobody wanted the rant at the end of the show.
Like, we don't want this.
Exactly. Because this is basically what that was.
Correct.
It's frustrating. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I just feel like, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. Go make another album then. I don't know what the stipulations are, but I would imagine 25 years later at this point, she could literally just buy like a mic and some headphones and a laptop and record music in her house and put it on a streaming platform.
Plenty of the quote unquote SoundCloud artists are just doing exactly that. Yeah. Method Man is currently on a tear, recording videos and recording freestyles to infamously famous beats and just putting it out. It's not an album, but it's out and people are going crazy. People are loving it, including myself. He's on a tear with these freestyles. I don't see any type of anything from Miss Lauryn Hill.
And I think it's a good opportunity to create new music now also, because of the fact that she's been performing so much, and because of the fact that some of the feedback is that people don't like the way that the music is being arranged. I think it's a perfect time to introduce some new music. I think people would appreciate the new music, and she could do it her way, and we could actually hear the music performed in the way that she intended. I don't know. It's just a little frustrating, but I don't know. Well, I think that's a good segue to this next lady, and then this is our transition from music to movies.
And I know, well, this one kind of is in both categories.
It's in both categories.
So the stage is yours.
Well,
because I don't got a lot for this one.
Taylor Swift.